Okay. Jai Gurudev. Jai Gurudev Virat.
Hi, Jai Gurudev Digvijay.
So we have Virat Chirania with us today, and Virat was working in US. He did his MS in US, and then he became Art of Living full-time teacher. He traveled to few countries now. He's been Art of Living teacher, traveling teacher since last 4 years. He completed his PhD also from Sri Sri University. He was also in Sri Sri University for a few years, and I have heard Gurudev praising his work that he's really teaching very good courses. I was in the car with Gurudev, and recently he conducted the two courses, which was a news in India. He conducted one course with Swami Surya Paji of 8,000 people, and just before that he conducted another course of 1,550 people online. So there is so much to learn from him today, how he organized and conducted these courses as a volunteer, as a teacher, and also about his personal experiences, guru stories that we all love to listen to. We are going to have that also in today's session. So Virat, this initiative is all about we invite Art of Living teachers and devotees who are working for the organization or who are senior in the organization to come and share their experience so that we all can relive those moments that you got as a prasad with Gurudev, and we also get to learn so much from that.
It's a
Yeah.
brilliant initiative. Excited to be here.
So all of you who have not yet seen the playlist, there are so many senior teachers, right from Rishinkar Pragya ji to Tanuma, Sangita Jani to Swami Pranavananda ji, Swami Param Teji, so many Art of Living senior, Rajita Bhagat, Jaina ji, so many Art of Living teachers have shared their experience with Gurudev and their learnings. If you have not checked the playlist, do check out the channel youtube.com/Guru Grace Stories and check out the playlist. Virat is our Just Plus, very popular teacher for Just Plus, and he's also a TTC teacher. He has traveled across the world for teaching Art of Living courses. In 2003, he did his first course, and 2007 he came back to India and then started participating actively for the Art of Living India. Before that, he was in US. So, what was the background, Virat? What were you doing before doing the Art of Living course or before participating in Art of Living activity?
I was a regular young boy. चलो engineering कर लिया, फिर सोचा I'll go to do masters in the US. So I did that, and luckily I did my course just before I left for my masters to New York, and then I worked there for a few years in the US. Then I came back to India, worked in India, and of course I was teaching Art of Living courses alongside. And then last 6 years I've been full time with the foundation.
Super. So, how was the experience of your first Sudarshan Kriya?
Like all of us, right? It blows you away. It takes you off guard. You have no idea what's coming your way. And I remember opening my eyes after the Kriya and feeling this is different. Like this was the most unique experience I've had. And somehow that experience has stayed with me, I'm sure, with all of us. And that's what inspired me to bring that experience to more and more people.
And you are doing that. You actually recently finished a course with 8,000 people, online Art of Living course, with 8,000 people attending it online. Before that, there was a video of you and Upadhyay, and both of you conducted a course of 1,500 people.
Right.
So, what is your secret behind organizing all these courses? What are the formulas?
What are the formulas? So, once we were sitting with Gurudev, and he gave us the formula actually for organizing anything big. And he said, if you want to do something big, if there is a big goal, कोई बड़ा लक्ष्य है आपका और वो अगर हासिल करना है तो तीन चीजें चाहिए, he said. And what are those three things? He said masti, bhakti and shakti.
Wow.
So he said तीनों होना चाहिए, masti, bhakti and shakti. And he said, देखो, if there is masti, if there's a fun element, kind of a madness, then people will stick around. If you make it feel very heavy, when we take a target of say 10,000 people we want to achieve, initially there's a lot of enthusiasm, and then it starts feeling heavy. People start feeling the weight of that. How will we achieve? How will we get that far? So if you keep it light and fun, then people don't withdraw. People stick around with you, and that is the easiest part. It comes as our nature, to have fun, and masti element is anyway there. It was nice to see that Gurudev also wanted that, and that's how he is, right? Look at how he did WCA. Well, light-hearted, and that's how he does his big projects. And the second thing was bhakti, which is devotion. And uh, he said that if you let people feel that devotion, then they will be self-motivated. You will not need to micromanage them. And in our world, anyway, work happens through a lot of motivation via devotion. In the sense, people feel connected to Gurudev and to the cause, and they're inspired. So the bhakti element has to be there so that people are inspired, and when they're inspired, then they do more than what they are capable of. So that is the second aspect, bhakti. And the third is shakti, which is force. So you go all out, like you give it your 500%. You like walk like an elephant, and anything that comes in the way moves out. So all the three, when we did together, we realized that 25-day journey where we did 1500 first and 8500 second, so totally like 10,000 people. We didn't feel that weight, and we had such a great time, and every day was like a guru story, and really the best days of our lives, those 25 days. So much fun. And one more thing was making sure that the vision is clear in the hearts and the minds of every team member. So we kept telling ourselves that this course we are organizing as if Guruji is going to teach this course. It's not me teaching, it's not Swamiji teaching, it's Gurudev who's going to come and teach. And I really work like, when I started off in Art of Living, as a new volunteer, you have all that josh and enthusiasm, and there is no baggage of, being in the organization for so many years, or no past experiences come in as an obstacle. So I really worked as if I was a fresh volunteer, and we were organizing this course for Gurudev. And in every meeting, we kept coming back to this vision that we want to organize this for Gurudev. So I realized that when everybody is on the same page in terms of their thought process, then it's easier to take a team along, because you can't do this alone. You have to make a big team. And, a dream works when a team works. So we made a really big pan-India team, almost 400 people. And everybody in that team felt as if this was their personal course, and they're personally doing this for Gurudev. So keeping that sattva high, that energy high, a lot of group sadhana in the morning, and stuff like that, I don't know. I mean, I've never made a strategy document on how we achieved it. I'm just speaking from the top of my head right now.
Very nice. Would you like to add something? जैसे कुछ और उसमें किया होगा, क्या कर सकते हैं बाकी टीचर्स, क्या कर सकते हैं वॉलंटियर्स को एक साथ कैसे जोड़ सकते हैं?
So one was definitely group sadhana. So we would get about 300, 350 odd people coming in for group sadhana every morning, and that really was the backbone of the entire team. Also, I've realized that when you are working like mad on a big project with a goal and a timeline, it's not enough to just do sadhana in the morning. So throughout the day, you need to keep your energy up. So what we also did was every 3-4 hours, I call them sattva snacks. You know how you keep snacking throughout the day. So sattva snacks were basically 10-minute, 15-minute periods of sitting and meditating, maybe Om Namah Shivaya chanting, maybe Devi Kavacham, but keeping that energy high throughout the day. And second was, we did not let any biases come in the way. So a brand new team member, a young volunteer would come up with a crazy idea, and we would support it. I realized that the more we operate from past experiences ka bias, the more we limit our approach. So I'll tell you a story. One of our young teachers came and said, let's get an account from Zoom, which can handle like 10,000 plus people. Now we know Zoom has only 1,000 is their limit, right? So he wrote an email to the top guy of Zoom in India. And in my head, I'm thinking, yaar, the top guy is not going to reply to you, na? Matlab, wahan se thodi, but I said, chalo karte hai. Let's not put a vikalpa. And 6 days he kept writing to that guy. And on the 7th day, we got a call from the top guy of Zoom. And he said, I don't know why I'm speaking to you right now. I have 1,000 unanswered emails in my inbox, but I'm talking to you. So what is it that you want? So we said, we want this account which can handle 10,000 plus people. And he said, there is one such account, but it's going to cost you $6,500. And we were like, so our young guys, like, we don't have that kind of money, but is there something you can do? He told more about the Art of Living Foundation, this and that. And This guy called us back a few days later, and they actually offered the account on a trial basis for free. They said, okay, go ahead and use it. But interestingly, we didn't really end up using it for various reasons. But stories like that, where we thought the entire consciousness was supporting us, like such a big account coming for free in a lockdown where people are losing jobs and salary cuts are happening. One team member called me in the morning one day and said, भैया, my boss called me this morning. तो मुझे लगा गया है तो एक विकेट डाउन, बॉस ने चिल्लाया होगा. He said, my boss calls me and tells me, we are very happy with your work. We are giving you a 50% hike in your salary. Like, what? What's happening? Like, how? Like, who gets a hike in a lockdown? And I realized that apna entire team was full of people who had jobs and businesses. Like in the entire 300, 400 people team, we had maybe 4 people who were full time. So all of these guys were busy. And you know how Guruji says, you do my work and I'll do yours? That was really happening with people. The more we did his work, he really took care of all our families and everybody was taken care of at home. And so that was another thing. The more we do his work, he does our work. Also in online courses, social media plays a very, very important role. And in social media, content is king. So we kept churning out a lot of fresh content to keep it abuzz on social media. That worked very well. We ran Facebook ads, but this time we did not run ads for getting people straight onto the course. We actually ran ads to get them onto a complimentary event. So like, for example, we did an online concert and we tried to make it as real as possible. So we actually printed tickets, how you would actually get a concert ticket. We did that. And we got a lot of people coming for that concert. And then from there, they came on the course. So we realized that this indirect way of getting them on the course really helped. And we did lots of intro talks, like hundreds of intro talks. So that also worked very well. And yeah, we would do a lot of these, how group sadhana we have heard of, but we would do group seva on Zoom. So everybody would come on Zoom and we would do like a power hour. So everybody keeps the Zoom call alive and does registration. So we did a lot of crazy stuff. And really, the more we reminded ourselves that it's the Guru that's working and we are not the doer, the more it happened. The more I believed in that concept, the more I saw that concept come alive. So that worked really well. And expanding the team worked really well. Yeah, those were some of the things we did.
And keeping 400, 500 people motivated together, what was the key thing which really held them together and didn't make them feel demotivated, that it's okay, how they can get the enrollments? What was your technique for that?
So few things. One is, Guruji says, no, sankalp mein bahut shakti hoti hai. So that's true. The sankalp has a lot of power. The vikalp also has a lot of power, unfortunately. So one of my top tasks was vikalpa management. And I made sure that in my core team, which was about 40 odd people, nobody was having this doubt that ye nahi ho payega. So, Guruji said once very beautifully, he said, the only battle in life is between faith and doubt. So, जीवन में एक ही संघर्ष है, श्रद्धा और संदेह के बीच में. So, as long as we kept people convinced that this is possible, we realized that they really went out of their way. Second was again and again making sure that they feel it's their course and not my course. So really each member felt that they are the boss. Yeah, and we really kept that spirit alive. वो employee mentality और entrepreneur mentality में जो फर्क होता है ना, so everybody in the team felt like an entrepreneur, that this is my thing, and we also painted a lot of stories on how it would feel on the last day of the course. We started there actually. When we had the launch of the course, the first thing we did was imagine that the course is done, and how do you feel now that you have Guruji's vision of reaching to 1 crore plus people in this lockdown. You have contributed to that Mahayagya. How do you feel? So I realized that as long as you kept tapping on that emotion of the volunteers, because ultimately ours is a voluntary organization, right? So you can't hire or fire devotees. So you only have to keep them motivated. So that really helped. Um, Little bit of ego management, I must confess, has to be done whenever you do big things. Obstacles will come, and obstacles did come. I must confess that and obstacles came from places and people where I thought support would come from. So it was a learning experience, but we had to manage those egos, and also we played to everybody's strength. So, for example, I remember this volunteer came to me and said, I can't get a lot of enrollments. What should I do? And I said, what are you good at? Like, what do you really enjoy doing? And he said, Bhaiya, I can make memes. I said, okay, then go ahead and make memes. So we actually had a WhatsApp group. This is inside story. We had a WhatsApp group which was all about memes. And we had these young guys so excited about creating memes. And actually, some registrations came from that. Not too many, but uh, they started off there, and then they of course did intro talks also. But I realized that as long as we are playing to everybody's strength, yeah, then whole team feels like one unit. So it feels like a family. And we celebrated success, we celebrated failure. Swamiji was there, of course, to constantly infuse the bhakti element in us and share stories and a lot of chanting. So whatever works, there was no one formula. Whatever came our way, we kept doing all of that. But we ensured that we were sleeping, eating, breathing, drinking, thinking only that course. That was important. We did not have our energies split in 5 different projects for those 20 days at least. So that worked. And everybody, even Swamiji was leading from the front. Like I was myself giving intro talks, and nobody was sitting out there and giving orders. Everybody was shoulder to shoulder. सब लोग कंधे से कंधा मिला के साथ में काम कर रहे थे, तो मजा आ रहा था basically.
And I think Swami Surya Pada, he enrolled himself also for this, right?
Yeah, that was our rule actually. So we launched and we said, okay, the first registration was Swamiji, the second was mine. तो ऐसे हमने सोचा कि यार I need to put my money on the table because that changes the way I feel about the course. And anyway, it's like a donation going to the ashram. So we all enrolled for the course. So हमारा जो core team था basically 200, 300 odd people. So that's how we started off.
Very nice. It's so inspiring for all the teachers and all the pointers you give. I'm sure many people would like to follow all these pointers and these pointers will help them to reach out to maximum people and spread Sudarshan here to more and more people. And
I
in
hope so.
these times, I think it's very important to do that, especially when Gurudev has opened it for online sessions. It's a good opportunity. Many who are sitting at home now because it's work from home, they are able to do courses. Our teachers got some time to take courses. Yesterday, I was speaking to Ami Patel, and she was saying that she also recently completed course with Manish Malhotra, and both of them, she could conduct the course and he could attend the course because of lockdown. So this is an opportunity to reach out to maximum people. Yeah.
We in fact had, I remember speaking to this one girl from Jammu and Kashmir. She was a participant, and she did the entire course on a 2G connection, and no problems at all. And when I was doing back-end data analytics, I saw that for this big course, people had logged in from Andaman and Nicobar Islands, from Tripura, like places otherwise I don't know I would ever be able to reach. तो वो बहुत अमेजिंग था कि पूरे कहाँ कोनों कोनों से लोग टेक्नोलॉजी के माध्यम से जुड़ पा रहे थे. And also, initially we used to think that Sudarshan Kriya experience online, will it work? Will people have the same experience? But I tell you, people have exactly the same experience online also. It's Gurudev's grace, which is not limited to a medium. It is basically his grace which works. So it works like a charm even online. If anybody still has that doubt that how will it work online, it will work just fine.
It works fantastic. At same experience that you get in the long Kriya, people open their eyes and they share similar experience, no? All those miraculous experiences also, and that they are feeling empty, they are feeling happy, they are feeling stress-free, smiling from within. So amazing, Virat. So did you call Gurudev after the course? Did you get a chance to speak with him?
I did.
These are the moments you really cherish. No, you do something for the Guru, and then Guru, you call Gurudev. And how was it?
So we spoke with him. We were very lucky and fortunate to get his guidance. Once we spoke with him about the plan on how will we, he basically wanted to ensure that everybody gets a good experience. So, and we also then, that really, you know, how Guruji takes care of every individual. So he said that ensure that sab logon ka anubhav acha hona chahiye. So that was the first time when we spoke and shared with him the plan. And then after the course, we spoke with him, and he was very, very happy. He gave a lot of blessings that so many people have experienced the Kriya. And he was asking, "Ha, so kaisa tha logon ka anubhav? How was the experience of all the participants?" And then I asked him, Guruji, what should we do further? What are your instructions? So he was also very. He told us to make sure that follow-ups are done properly, and we have taught so many people, but they should continue. So all of that. But for our team, it was a great moment where he acknowledged that this has happened and gave his blessings. And for me, I was of course on cloud nine when. I mean, of course, we know Guruji is there, and it's all his blessings. But when he physically also tells you ki haan bahut acha hua, that's all you need to hear. Those few words can change the mind for the next few months. So it was really nice. So we know that Guruji is always there for us, but it's so nice when he physically also tells you, and a few words from him, that's enough. Guruji bole bahut acha, haan karte raho. Those few words can really keep you going for so many months. So that was a very amazing feeling.
And I have heard Gurudev praising Virat also when he was in Turkey. Gurudev was mentioning that, "Arey, bahut acha course. He's taking so good courses in Turkey." So, Virat, how was your recent tour? You did a recent tour also with Gurudev, and before that, you took courses. What all experiences you had from that tour?
So, I was just sitting in satsang one day, and I saw Guruji's call. So I ran outside, and he says, "Haan, kya kar raha hai?" I said, "Gurudev, satsang mein hu." Good. I'm glad I was in satsang when he called. Right place to be when Guruji calls. Good boy. So then he said, "Haan, hum soch rahe hain." And when he said that much, my heart was racing because I was like, I don't know अब ये कहाँ जाने वाला ना. गुरुजी की सोच, हमारी सोच जहाँ खत्म होती है, गुरुजी की वहां शुरू होती है. So हम सोच रहे हैं तुम टर्की जाओ, जा सकते हो क्या? And I said, Guruji, आप आदेश दीजिए. Of course, I'll go. And I said, yes, Guruji, I can go. And I'm saying yes to Guruji, and in my head, I'm thinking, Turkey कहाँ है यार? Where is Turkey on the global map? I'm trying to Asia, Europe, where is it? But I'm saying yes, Gurudev, of course. And he said, हाँ, then go to Turkey and shake Turkey, से हिला के आओ Turkey को. I said, okay, Gurudev. And okay, Jai Gurudev, done. Like 30-second call. Guruji ने phone रख दिया, and I'm standing there thinking, I don't know anybody in Turkey. I have no idea. मैं कैसे, like, where do I even start? And then I called Swami Jyotirmaya, and he said, yeah, come, बहुत work, काम है काफी, come. So I got a 1-month visa for Turkey, and I landed in Turkey. And the day I landed in Turkey, I realized that was the first day of Ramadan. I was like, hey, Bhagwan, I have a 1-month visa, and this exact 1 month is the month of Ramadan, and that's a holy month in Turkey. So I was like, ये तो शुरुआती मतलब, I don't know how anything will move now. But Turkey was basically, for me, a reminder that you throw your logic out of the window. When the Guru is in the equation, you don't operate from a space of logic. So I had 4 weekends, and the first weekend was just meeting people and announcing courses and all of that. And then I said, let's announce 3 courses back to back, which is very unlike Turkey. And I said that, if nobody comes, I'm going to teach the walls, but I'm going to teach a course. Guruji has said, go and do something. So, and Digvijay, I'm telling you, I don't know where people came from. Like, those 3 courses were house full, every course back to back. And in the month of Ramadan, so many people came and did the courses, and amazing experiences. In fact, we met a very, very high bureaucratic officer who we were struggling to even get an appointment for so many months. We met that guy, and he starts the meeting by saying, I'm not a very spiritual guy. And at the end of the 1-hour meeting, he says, okay, can we start the course right now? And I was like, yeah. So I literally ran home, picked up my Kriya tape, and ran back. And in that meantime, he had organized like 20 people, and we started the course the same day. And on the last day of the course, it was a national holiday. Everything was shut, but it was the third day of the course. So I, again, from my logic, I am thinking, how will this work out? But I said, third day is very important. I kid you not, he opened the entire building, called all his staff just so that they could attend the course. He canceled their chutti and ordered food for them and all of that. And from there, we got so many more leads. And that whole trip of Turkey, I realized that the minute you surrender to the Guru, something else takes over. The harder you try to do it, you'll still get success, but you'll only go so far. But the minute you surrender and really from the bottom of your heart pray to Guruji, that Guruji, you take over, then he really creates miracles. And I'm so glad Turkey is doing better now. Than I went one more time. We did a VTP. Now more people are getting trained to go ahead. So huge learning experience, and
Then you had a nice trip with Gurudev also.
Yeah, then I went to Poland and Germany with him, and again there, when I was traveling in different parts of Poland, I met people who have done the course in 1990 with him. With like Guruji is their basic course teacher. I remember this old lady I met. I stayed in her house, and very cute old Polish woman, and she's serving me food, and she's asking me, "So how's Ravi?" And for a second, I didn't understand what she was saying. And then I realized she's talking about Gurudev. And I realized how Guruji has really sowed the seeds so many years ago. When he traveled in early 1990s, how he has one city at a time, one individual at a time. He's worked, really hard, if you look at it from that point of view, to bring the organization to where it is now. And how he takes care. I was in Poland my third or fourth day. And that day I got all my currency exchanged. So all the money that I was carrying for a 2-month trip was in my wallet, and all paper currency and my cards and everything. And I came back home and I put it for a wash. My clothes, I put it for a wash. So 1 ghante ka wash cycle chalaya maine. And when I came back after an hour, I was taking my trouser out and I realized my wallet was in my trouser. And my heart just sank, because I thought, okay, 2 months, all the money I have, everything is in the trouser. Gaya. Ab to gaye, kuch nahi ho sakta. And as I took my wallet out, my heart was pounding. And I just prayed to Guruji, and it's amazing. Ek bhi note fata nahi, gala nahi, nothing. Like nothing happened to all those currency notes. They were fine. I just laid them out in half an hour. They were crisp again. All the cards were working fine. I mean, small things like that really make you feel that the Guru is there all the time. Yeah? And I would do Guru Puja every day. And I want to share a story.
That was like magic. Very true. The Guru Puja was like magic.
Yeah. So I would do a Guru Puja every day over there. Like, yehi ek sahara hai bhai. And I remember I was doing Guru Puja once, and after the Guru Puja, this girl comes to me and says that throughout the puja, I was only thinking about my parents, my family. They're not very pro art of living. And in the puja, I felt a strong hand on my head, to the extent that I even did like this to see if there is somebody. Itna usko strong sensation hua. And she was saying that I never have these experiences. I'm a very intellectual person, but I felt Guruji's presence very strongly in today's puja. And anyway, puja happened and everything. And after a few minutes, there was one person who was with me. Guruji called that guy for something, and they were talking. And then suddenly Guruji tells this guy, he said, "Ha, Guru Puja kaisi thi? How was the Guru Puja?" And this guy hadn't told Guruji that we were doing Guru Puja. So he said, "Oh, Guruji, Guru Puja was so amazing." And he knew about this girl, but he hadn't told Guruji. And then Guruji tells him that, "Ha, us ladki ko presence feel hua na aaj to puja mein." Like that girl felt the presence, right, in the puja. And when I heard that, I really had goosebumps, because it's so amazing that he knows it, yeah. And even if you're sitting in some small corner, and it was just 7, 8 of us doing the puja, especially with the Guru Puja, no, he really knows, and sometimes he will share with you that he knows. Anyway, he knows, but it's really nice. And that girl though couldn't believe her ears when we told her this, but it was as if Guruji was there. So that was a
That is
very
similar experience, Virat. Even me and Apurva went to Seychelles, and it was a
Hmm.
lockdown period. So Corona lockdown period, we were teaching courses, and every week we had two courses at least. Just because I think that power of Guru Puja, we used to go to people's places, do small Guru Pujas, and a lot of good things happened. Guru Puja is like a support when we feel that we don't know what will happen, right?
Really,
Mm.
really it is.
What?
Really it is.
How was your first meeting with Gurudev?
So I was studying in Syracuse in the US, and one day we went for long kriya, and I never met Gurudev because मैं course करते US चला गया था, and there a senior teacher had come, John Osborne, and long kriya ले रहे थे वो, and he asked us that if there is one thing Art of Living can give you, what would it be? So everybody was giving different answers, peace of mind, this, that, their issues. And I had really a longing to meet Gurudev. I've never seen him. So ऐसे ही मैंने बोला like that, if there is only one thing Art of Living can give me, then it should be that Guruji should come here to meet me. Because I'm a student here, I can't go where he is in the world, so he should come here to meet me. And मैं तो बोल के भूल गया. And I tell you, within a month, I got a call that Guruji is coming to your university. I was
Oh,
stunned at that. I was like, wow, that is quick. And he came, and we went to the airport to receive him. And it was just two of us at the airport. And as soon as Guruji comes, I was thinking, oh, Guruji, a saint is coming, so I have to be very well behaved and all of that. You know how Guruji is, right? He doesn't walk, he like glides in.
close.
So he
Like,
comes and laughing, smiling, winking. And suddenly everybody disappears. The girl with me went to get the car to drive Gurudev. People who had come with him went to get the luggage. Somehow everybody disappeared, and Guruji is standing and I'm standing over there. And you know what I'm doing? I'm looking down at my feet. Like, I'm not even looking at Guruji. I was so clueless on how to react कि मैं खड़ा हूं वहां पे कुछ भी नहीं बोल रहा हूं. And then Guruji being Guruji, he started a conversation ki, haan, what's your name? What do you do here? And that 2-3 minutes that I spent with him felt like an eternity. That was my first meeting with him. And then next 2-3 days, I got a chance to spend with him, be with him. And I really was amazed at how this person walks the talk. I was so touched that, he's not asking us to do anything which he's not doing himself. तो मुझे बहुत इंस्पायरिंग लगा गुरुजी के साथ 2-3 रहा. एंड समवेयर आई थिंक देयर इन माय हार्ट आई न्यू दैट दिस इज माय पाथ, दिस इज माय गुरु. बट इतनी भी समझ नहीं थी ये समझने के लिए कि ये गुरुजी है, ये हमारा वो है. कुछ एक हल्का सा अंदाजा था बस. So that was my first meeting. And then, of course, I was lucky that I got to spend so much time with him later. It was very nice.
so from this time you spent 2-3 days during this visit, or even later, which we mentioned earlier about your traveling Europe, Germany, and which other country
I was in
you
Poland.
recently traveled? Yeah, traveling Poland and Germany with Gurudev. So what you observed, we all observe Gurudev how he is, no, when we are with him. So what small things you observed?
Yeah, really. So, for example, I was in Singapore with Guruji. I had gone there to teach a course, and last day Guruji came, and he suddenly told me, "Emails padho, read the emails." So I was reading the emails, and then somebody walked in with a huge bunch of letters, and he told that person, "Letters padho." So that guy started reading the letters. So I shut up because I said, "Acha, wo letter padha to main chup ho jata hu." So Guruji looks at me and says, "Yeah, continue. Tum kyun ruk gaye?" So I started reading the email. So that guy stopped. So then Guruji looks at him and says, "Tum bhi karo, padho. Why did you stop?" So now we both are reading together. I'm reading the emails, he's reading the letters, and then a third guy walks in and starts having a conversation with Guruji. And Digvijay, Guruji is replying to me. He's replying to the guy with the letters. He's having a conversation with the third guy. I couldn't believe my eyes and ears. And the answers he's giving me are apt, like exactly what that email relevant. I saw a phenomenon unfold in front of my eyes that this is some other, he operates from some other dimension altogether. He's doing all of this together and effortlessly. So I observed that he operates from a very different space. And I observed that whatever you feel, he feels it on his body. So once I was in Shishu University with him, and early morning we went, and then we did Guruji did Rudra Puja, and then kafi kuch kar kurake he came back to his kutir, and he was having breakfast. So I was just standing next to him, and so Guruji finished his breakfast, and he almost got up, and then he sat back again, and he told the lady who was serving him, he said, "Thoda sa aur do, serve me a little bit more." So that lady's like, "Ha ha, Gurudev, of course." So she served like 2 or 3 spoons more. He said, "Ha ha, bas." So he had 3 more spoons of upma, I think, and then he got up again, and he washed his hands, and he was entering his room. I was just standing over there. So he enters, and then he comes back out, and he looks at me, and he asks me, "Tujhe bhook lagi hai kya? Are you hungry?" So I said, "हाँ गुरुजी, मतलब भूख लगी थी, सुबह से हम लोग निकले थे, तो I didn't want to lie. I said, हाँ गुरुजी, भूख तो लगी है." And then he said something I'll never forget. He said, "तभी मैं सोचूं मुझे वापस भूख कैसे लगी, मैंने तो खा लिया था, फिर मुझे वापस ऐसा भूख लगा मुझे, like I had to eat a few bites again because I felt hungry again." And I really had tears in my eyes that how he feels it on his body. And that's why I feel that the only time the guru, I mean, the best thing we can do for the guru is by being happy. Because if we are going through anything in our lives or in our body, then he starts, feeling that. So that is something that really touched me. And because I was traveling a lot with him, for courses, I had not done an advanced course for almost 1.5 years. And then one day I got a call from a friend, and he said, "There's an advanced course happening. Today is the last session. Do you want to go and attend the last session?" I said, "No, yaar, I'll do it properly, last session." He said, "No, Guruji is saying that attend the last session." So I said, "Okay." Then I took permissions from the teacher, and I got to attend one meditation, basically. The last meditation I got to attend, 1.5 hours, whatever. And then after the course, my friend called me, said, "How was your experience?" I said, "Yeah, thank you so much. Even that 1 hour of meditation was so nice and so relaxing." And I said, "But how come you suddenly, told me to?" He said, "No, Gurudev said that tell Virat to attend the last session, last meditation." And then Guruji told my friend that he said that, he has not done an advanced course for a long time. He's craving for an advanced course. And in that 1 hour of meditation, he has done the whole advanced course. Whatever experience he had to get in the whole advanced course, he has gotten it, but he does not even know about it. So I was really feeling how, although I'm doing his work only, yet he's taking care of me. Chalo ki advanced course bhi mil jaye, that space little bit for yourself that you need. Even that, the master will take care that happens to you. So all these small things, how he takes care of people when he travels, how he follows the protocol of whichever country he's in, how culturally he's so sharp. He knows what will work where, and all those things. Yeah, even in India when he travels, वो छोटे गांव में जाएंगे तो कैसे उनके साथ भी बिल्कुल उनको लगेगा गुरुजी हमारे, and he's meeting a CEO in Europe somewhere, and it's the same feeling. So those things, I think, yeah. And once also I, how his photo works, how he works. In fact, a lot of people say, "Guruji, आपका photo बहुत अच्छा काम करता है." So I had a ear surgery in my right ear, and it was very painful, yeah. And there was a small photo of Guruji in my room, in my corner, in the corner of the room, and I would keep looking at that photo and praying, "Ki Guruji, yaar, this is unbearable. Just please, sort this out." And anyway, then my little surgery happened, and a week later, I met Gurudev at the airport, and he was on the other side of the glass wall. So I just met him, and I was trying to tell him like this, that this is sorted now. Thank you so much. But he was hardly there for 15, 20 seconds. There were too many people. Anyways, he left, and then I was leaving, and my friend was inside the airport with him. And he came out, and I bumped into him, and he's asking me that you had some issue in your ear or what? Tere kaan mein kuch hua tha kya? And I said, Tere ko kaise pata? Because I have not told this to anybody. I'm not the kinds who will take a selfie in the hospital and post it on social media. So I said, nobody knows. How do you know? He said, Guruji told me. So now I'm like all the more curious. I said, what? What did Guruji say? He said, no, you were there. No, you were doing something like this. So I told Guruji, I think Virat is trying to say something. And Guruji tells him, हाँ, उसके कान में ना ऑपरेशन हुआ था 1 हफ्ता पहले, पर अब तो सब ठीक है. हाँ, Guruji said that, yeah, he underwent an operation a week ago, but now everything is okay. And I really remembered how Guruji says, no, when you pray from the bottom of your heart, and that you do when you are either in deep trouble or out of gratitude, then how the Guru will listen. So don't underestimate the power of a prayer. And that really reaches him. Sometimes he will show it directly or indirectly, but you have the faith that it reaches him.
Wow.
What else?
So you were working in IT in a nice high-paying job, and then you decided to be full-time. So what was your motivation factor? There are so many part-time teachers who are performing nicely and doing a lot of service, a lot of seva they are doing. But you, on the other hand, chose to be full-time. What is the differentiator factor for you, and what what motivated you for that?
The more I grew in my career, the more easy it was for me to see that this is not the purpose of my life. So I had a very high-paying job in the US, and I was living the American dream and all of that. And the only time I would really feel content and happy was when I was teaching the course. So that seed was already there. Ki yaar, this is great. I have nothing against that, but kick nahi hai isme, yaar, maza nahi aa raha isme. This is not what I want to do for the rest of my life. And once I was traveling with my boss, like my ex-boss. Now I have the coolest boss in the world, but my ex-boss, and I used to work for this company, which is a small to medium enterprise. And we were in the US for a business trip, and we were driving, and my boss suddenly tells me that, I want to take a back seat now. I've worked hard for so many years. I want you to become the CEO of the company. You take over. And I was suddenly shocked, because in my head, I'm thinking of going full time, but I'm not doing it. But I'm constantly, every day I would think that I should just go full time, but I somehow was not doing it. And when this came along, I thought, shucks, I need to decide right now. Do I need to go down this path of career and CEO and, corporate blah, 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 or do I need to do my guru's work full time? So I politely said, no, sir, I'm not sure if I'm ready. So he thought I was negotiating. So he tried to sweeten the offer. No, you take a revenue share or whatever. He's very close to me. I respect him a lot. He's like family. And the more he told me that, we can really take this company forward and go global, the more I saw my life flash in front of me. If I go down that route, kya hoga mera jeevan? And that was the moment of super clarity. I said, okay, this is it. Sometimes it is in my case, it is very weird. I had to be given a much bigger carrot in the corporate world to actually leave the corporate world. And I remember I came back to India. I went straight to the ashram. I met Gurudev. I said, Guruji, mujhe baat karni hai. He said, हाँ, tu chal, gaadi mein chal mere saath. And he took me in the car. And I said, Gurudev, I want to spread your knowledge. Like, I'm here, like I'm available. Do something, what is it that you want to do with my life? Here I am. And he said, अच्छा तू मुझे शुरू से बता, तूने क्या पढ़ाई की है वहां से शुरू कर. I was thinking, this is so cute. Guruji is interviewing me. So I told him, Guruji, मैंने engineering किया है, masters किया है, ये क्या है. And he was listening to the whole thing. And then he kept looking out of the window. And really I was thinking, Guruji, क्या सोच रहे भाई? And then he looks at me and says, ठीक है, Aja, full time Aja. So I said, wow, full time traveling and teaching. And then he says, go to the university. And I realized and I learned and I've stayed to this thing that you do what the guru asks you to do. Na? वो भाई ने बोला बापू दिखता है तो दिखता है. So I followed his instruction and I went to the university and I, grew so much there. I learned so much over there. But that's how I became full time. So I spent
You were
2
working
years.
as a faculty in Sri Sri University, right?
Yeah,
For
actually,
management studies.
when I started, the university was built with a lot of heart and devotion, and so it was a small team of people. It was like a startup. So I was the faculty, I was the boys hostel warden, I used to look at digital marketing and the website. I was also teaching art of living courses. So it was basically everything. Like in a startup, everybody does everything. It was like that back in the day. And now, of course, the university has come a long way, but that's how I started. And then, of course, last 4 years, I've been traveling and teaching art of living courses. So that's how I became full time. But, I feel that everybody has a different role to play. So a lot of people out there who are watching this show right now, it's not about part time or full time. We are anyway in this game for a lifetime. So you do what works for you and play to your strength. You don't need to copy anybody else, or this whole journey is between you and the guru. And I see a lot of part-time teachers who are leading by example, showing how can they strike a win-win. Material world and spiritual world, they handle both beautifully. And I think that's really inspiring, somebody who can do both. So I have a lot of respect for part-time teachers.
Virat, and like many of us always feel, and I always say that once you are working for Art of Living, you are anyway by default full time into Art of Living. You might do your job part time.
Exactly. I think that's how it is for all of us.
Because
you were in the corporate world, na? You were in the corporate world, and I think all of us. Airport. And he was on the other side of the glass wall. So I just met him, and I was trying to tell him like this, that this is sorted now, thank you so much. But he was hardly there for 15-20 seconds. There were too many people. Anyways, he left, and then I was leaving, and my friend was inside the airport with him. And he came out, and I bumped into him, and he's asking me that you had some issue in your ear. What? Tere kaan mein kuch hua tha kya? And I said, terko kaise pata? Because I have not told this to anybody. I'm not the kinds who will take a selfie in the hospital and post it on social media. So I said, nobody knows. How do you know? He said, Guruji told me. So now I'm like all the more curious. I said, what? What did Guruji say? He said, no, you were there. No, you were doing something like this. So I told Guruji, I think Virat is trying to say something. And Guruji tells him, हाँ, उसके कान में ना ऑपरेशन हुआ था 1 हफ्ता पहले, पर अब तो सब ठीक है. Guruji said that, he underwent an operation a week ago, but now everything is okay. And I really remembered how Guruji says, when you pray from the bottom of your heart, and that you do when you are either in deep trouble or out of gratitude, then how the Guru will listen. So don't underestimate the power of a prayer. And that really reaches him. Sometimes he will show it directly or indirectly, but you have the faith that it reaches him.
Wow.
What else?
So you were working in IT in a nice high-paying job, and then you decided to be full-time. So what was your motivation factor? There are so many part-time teachers who are performing nicely and doing a lot of service, a lot of seva they are doing. But you, on the other hand, chose to be full-time. What is the differentiator factor for you, and what what motivated you for that?
The more I grew in my career, the more easy it was for me to see that this is not the purpose of my life. So I had a very high-paying job in the US, and I was living the American dream and all of that. And the only time I would really feel content and happy was when I was teaching the course. So that seed was already there कि यार this is great, I have nothing against that, but kick नहीं है इसमें यार, मजा नहीं आ रहा है इसमें, this is not what I want to do for the rest of my life. And once I was uh, traveling with my boss, like my ex-boss. Now I have the coolest boss in the world, but my ex-boss, and I used to work for this company, which is a small to medium enterprise, and we were in the US for a business trip, and we were driving, and my boss suddenly tells me that I want to take a back seat now. I've worked hard for so many years. I want you to become the CEO of the company. You take over. And I was suddenly shocked, because in my head I'm thinking of going full time, but I'm not doing it. But I'm constantly, every day I would think that I should just go full time, but I somehow was not doing it. And when this came along, I thought, shucks, I need to decide right now. Do I need to go down this path of career and CEO and corporate blah blah blah, or do I need to do my guru's work full time? So I politely said, no, sir, I'm not sure if I'm ready. So he thought I was negotiating. So he tried to sweeten the offer. No, you take a revenue share or whatever. He's very close to me. I respect him a lot. He's like family. And the more he told me that, we can really take this company forward and go global, the more I saw my life flash in front of me. If I go down that route, kya hoga mera jeevan? And that was the moment of super clarity. I said, okay, this is it. Sometimes it is in my case, it is very weird. I had to be given a much bigger carrot in the corporate world to actually leave the corporate world. And I remember I came back to India. I went straight to the ashram. I met Gurudev. I said, Guruji, mujhe baat karni hai. He said, हाँ, tu chal, gaadi mein chal mere saath. And he took me in the car. And I said, Gurudev, I want to spread your knowledge. Like, I'm here, like I'm available. Do something, like, what is it that you want to do with my life? Here I am. And he said, अच्छा तू मुझे शुरू से बता, तूने क्या पढ़ाई की है, वहां से शुरू कर. I was thinking, this is so cute. Guruji is interviewing me. So I told him, Guruji, मैंने engineering किया है, भी masters किया है, ये क्या है. And he was listening to the whole thing. And then he kept looking out of the window. And really I was thinking, Guruji, क्या सोच रहे भाई? And then he looks at me and says, ठीक है, आजा, full time आजा. So I said, wow, full time traveling and teaching. And then he says, go to the university. And I realized and I learned and I've stayed to this thing that you do what the guru asks you to do. Na? वो भाई ने बोला बापू दिखता है तो दिखता है. So I followed his instruction and I went to the university and I grew so much there. I learned so much over there. But that's how I became full time. So I spent 2 years.
You were working as a faculty in Sri Sri University, right?
Yeah, actually, when I started, the university was built with a lot of heart and devotion, and so it was a small team of people. It was like a startup. So I was the faculty. I was the boys' hostel warden. I used to look at digital marketing and the website. I was also teaching art of living courses. So it was basically everything. Like in a startup, everybody does everything. It was like that back in the day. And now, of course, the university has come a long way, but that's how I started. And then, of course, last 4 years, I've been traveling and teaching art of living courses. So that's how I became full-time. But, I feel that everybody has a different role to play. So a lot of people out there who are watching this show right now, it's not about part-time or full-time. We are anyway in this game for a lifetime. So you do what works for you and play to your strength. You don't need to copy anybody else or, this whole journey is between you and the guru. And I see a lot of part-time teachers who are leading by example, showing how can they strike a win-win material world and spiritual world. They handle both beautifully. And I think that's really inspiring, somebody who can do both. So I have a lot of respect for part-time teachers.
Virat, and like many of us always feel, and I always say that once you are working for Art of Living, you are anyway by default full time into Art of Living. You might do your job part time,
Exactly,
but
exactly. I think that's how it is for all of us.
because
I mean,
Gurudev
you
is
were in the
take,
corporate world, na? You were in the
yeah,
corporate world, Digvijay. And I think all of us work part time in our corporate jobs.
and we
Yeah.
used to do a lot of seva while working, and it's fun, when you're in Art of Living, you're so much there for society. You get so much joy in seva
Yeah,
that that contentment you get from seva is something that is really worth living
absolutely.
for, right?
Absolutely. And I feel that even while I was working, I had almost 8+ years of job when I was part time. Nothing came in the way. I always had the
Really,
time for seva, and I mean, if you want to really do seva, job will not come in the way. Your personal life will not come in
very
the way. It's about
very,
how
very true.
प्रायोरिटी क्या है तुम्हारा ना. तो आई थिंक ये बहुत ओवररेटेड है दिस होल वर्क सेवा बैलेंस एंड वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस. आई थिंक आई पर्सनली फील it's quite easy that you do Guruji's work and Guruji will do your work, and
He will manage your
he'll
schedule, right?
manage it very nicely. Because I also I strongly feel this, that you don't need any great skill for doing Guruji's work. In fact, one of my favorite lines is Guruji once said that, I don't care about your ability and I don't care about your inability. All I care about is your availability. Are you available? And as long as you're available, everything is in place, and Guruji will really उनको जो काम करवाना है वो करवा लेंगे. But हम मौजूद हैं क्या? Are we available?
Oh,
So all as long as we are available,
so
part
beautifully
time,
put.
full time, lifetime, doesn't matter.
So beautifully put, Virat. Virat, so many volunteers are watching this, so many teachers are there. uh, from your experience, what learning you would like to share with all of them?
Uh, what I have realized that worked for me in the last 17 years that I've been on this path is keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. A lot of times the energy will go low, and honestly, a lot of times you might have your moments of doubts, whether on the master or on the organization. Of course, the doubts will go away if you keep moving. So many times we get stuck in small things, or you might fight with your fellow volunteers or teachers, or misunderstandings can happen. All of that can happen, but as long as you keep moving, those doubts will keep going away. If you stop, then you start going back from that point, and that is the problem. So whether you can cry, you can complain, you can fight, you can do whatever you want, but keep moving. So I think that's the golden rule uh, in my life. Come what may, good experience, bad experience, whatever, keep moving.
Wow. Virat, what is Gurudev for you?
If I could define that, then I think my journey would stop. And I think the beauty of the journey is in never knowing the Guru completely, and never subscribing to a concept or a definition of Guruji, because then we are boxing him. तो आई
Hmm.
थिंक ये क्वेश्चन तो मैं तो कभी आंसर नहीं कर सकता कि गुरुजी कौन है, मेरे लिए क्या है. जब तक सांस है, गुरुजी है. So he's like breath.
And after that also, he's the first
After
person.
that also,
We
and
always
before that
say that.
also, before this breath
Before
came in
that
this
also.
body or whatever. So it's really, I think the beauty is the unknown, the mystic thing. So, and that's what the Guru will always keep you guessing. You'll never be able to figure it out.
True. If Gurudev is there right in front of you right now at this moment, how would you like to express this love, this gratefulness towards him?
Again, the same thing, right? I don't know that moment what will come up. I've had so many embarrassing moments with Guruji. I've had so many moments of gratitude, joy. Matlab, there's a whole range of experience. So when Guruji comes in front of your eyes, no, only he decides in that moment what happens. Prakriti takes over, something else happens. So really it's impossible for me to, and we've all had that experience ना, गुरुजी होंगे तो ये बोलूंगा, ऐसा कैलकुलेट करके हम जाते हैं, वहां पे क्या होता है कुछ समझ ही नहीं आता है. So I'm sure whatever will happen in that moment, if Guruji is there, it would be perfect for that moment.
I think he creates that space for you, to express it in a certain way. Very
Yeah, he
beautifully
does. He
said,
does.
Virat.
Yeah, and sometimes if you know do something stupid, then he will poke you also, and he will correct you also. He will pull your leg also. तो वो भी अपने आप में बहुत मजेदार होता है.
Thank you, Virat. It was lovely speaking with you, and there was so much learning in the initial part of this interaction for all the teachers and volunteers. How we should all systematically be staying in, how we should systematically, while staying inspired with all the joy and celebration, continuing the joy and celebration, should organize big courses so that this knowledge reaches maximum people. And the second part of all our conversation was filled with all those devotional musty movements, little bit of miracles here and there. So beautiful. It was very beautiful having you on the for this session, and it was nice to listen all these
Thank you.
experiences from you.
Yeah, no, thank you, Digvijay, for having me. It is always nice. Even talking about the Guru makes you feel so nice, and of course,
Very
listening about the Guru makes you feel even greater. And I really feel that our lives are the biggest Guru stories. We don't really need separate Guru stories. The fact that we are doing what we are doing our entire life, every moment is like a Guru story. So I think all of us share that common thing. We wouldn't be here if this were not a Guru story. So every moment is a Guru story. But I think you're doing an amazing job with this platform that you have created for people to come and share Guru stories. I also watched a few episodes of other people sharing their Guru stories, and really, whether you share a Guru story or you listen to a Guru story, both are so much fun. So please continue doing this amazing work that you're doing, and I'm looking forward to more and more people coming on your channel and sharing their stories. And one day we should do the reverse. One day you should share your stories and we should interview you.
Yeah, let's see about that. Maybe we can do that. So though for all of us who want to get in touch with Virat and work with him and get the experience of working with him or attend volunteer training program with him, Virat, can you repeat your email ID?
It's virat.chirania@gmail.com. So my first name dot last name at gmail.com.
Virat.chirania@gmail.com. We can all write to him. You can comment here if you and we can convey your message to him also. Thank you, Virat, for your time. Thank you for coming on the session. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.